Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Beginner's Guide to Horses, where you, beginners, come to me, an expert, for expert advice. Today's piece of advice comes from a question that we got in an email here.
Why'd you print it off? Why don't you just bring it up on your phone?
No, I can't bring it up on my phone. I had to print it off. I don't have that app on my phone.
You just download it from the App Store. Yeah, just go on the App Store, look it up, and you can download it. It's free.
There really is an app store.
Yes.
And you can download this email app for free. Anyway, we have a letter here from Molly Mothathala Topapapalop, who says, "Dear Beginner's Guide to Horses, I live in Canada and the winters get very cold and I'm concerned about my horse's well-being and safety. Is there any tips and tricks you can give us on winterizing horses?" Thank you for your question, Molly. Being from Maine, I know exactly what you're talking about. The winters can be harsh and cruel, and today I'm going to show you how to winterize your horse. So the first tip and piece of advice I'm going to give you is blanketing your horse. Now it's going to get really cold outside. It's going to be cold inside the barn as well, unless you have a very nice heated barn. So your horse, they're going to get chilly. And so one way to combat that is to get your horse a blanket. All right, so here I have this blanket that I found, and what's great about big blankets like these is if it happens to be a little too big, like if you got a small pony, you just fold it up, boom, perfect size. We're gonna throw this on, see how it fits. It was like it was made for her. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just gonna fly off once the wind starts blowing? Not if you do it correctly. So just gonna put that over there. Go. Jump there. Make sure you tuck it in, you know. Go. Put a little bow in it. Presentation is everything. And there we go. You just take this little extra there and you just trim it off. Now, your horse has got a blanket. They're not going to get cold. Making sure your horse stays hydrated during the winter is very important. It gets cold. They're not going to want to be, drinking cold water. So, we're going to warm that up a bit. That way we'll make sure that they are getting their liquids. So, I got here an Earl Grey tea. This is her favorite. And we're just going to open that up. There you go. Nice hot beverage. Here you go. You can have a sip of that. Oh, you already had your tea this morning? You want me to just save that for this afternoon? Okay, I will save that for this afternoon. So, yeah. Tea, coffee, hot chocolate. That one's a favorite of many horses. Just get yourself a travel mug like this that you can bring to the barn, and you can be giving your horsey friend hot beverages all day. Now, another concern is horses, they create body heat with what they eat. So, what they eat, they break it down, and it creates like a fire in their engine, and it keeps your horse warm. So you got to make sure that your horse is eating enough so that they're creating that roaring furnace inside of them to keep them good and warm. So I'm going to take you into the feed room and I'm going to show you how I feed my horse during the winter. That right there is probably good. And I would feed this probably 3 times a day. Now winter's cold, but some days are going to be colder than others. And some days this blanket here is not going to be enough. So you're going to have to do a little extra to help out your horsey friend. So I've got some gloves here. I got a hat. You just want to, it's just like yourself, You just got to make sure. Here we go. Those ears are going to stay nice and toasty now. And then we're gonna put on these gloves down here. Okay. All right, so the gloves I got were too small. I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get a bigger size. But, you know, this is what you do. You just get them some gloves. Make sure you get 2 pairs. They got 4 feet, remember. Yeah. Now our ears are gonna be warm on those frigid days. No frostbite on this horse. That's just about gonna do it for us today. I have one last winterizing horse tip for you. Now, if your horse lives inside the barn, they're gonna go in, they'll be out of the wind, some barns are heated, so your horse is, you know, gonna be fine. But what if your horse lives outdoors? Build them a fire. That's right, when you send them up into the field at night, build them a nice campfire that they can stand around and stay warm. I like to build mine as close to hay feeders as possible. See, the horses like to congregate around there, eat, chit-chat, gossip, so I figure, why not build the fire where they like to hang out? Those are some tips and tricks on how to winterize your horse. Hope these things help you and your horse have a better winter.